I'm not only going to give you some backgrounds about the company Babbel that you might already have heard of. I will also try to give you some insights about one of the main opportunities in our industry, and that is making more out of context. When we started this in 2008, we were just 4 people, and we offered 5 languages to learn. Since then, a lot of things happened. We're now offering 14 languages to learn. We have produced more than 8,000 hours of learning material. And for our mobile apps only, we see up to 120,000 downloads in one single day. So it seems that something worked. We're today 300 people in our team here in Berlin and in our office in New York City. We got there with only $10 million of funding, and we got there at a significant revenue rate, with a 100% growth rate that we're still continuing. The model we're working on is a straightforward subscription model where we charge between $5 and $10 per month. And with that, we generate positive cash flow since 2011. Now, we could say the market we're in has a volume of $60 billion. That's a figure. There are other figures out there. You all know this. The important thing is it's vast and it's still growing. And for us, the important thing is how we look at this market. We see 3 main dimensions in this area. One is, whom do you sell to? Do you sell to business customers? Do you sell to institutions, schools, whatever? Or do you sell to private customers? The other is, how do you actually do it? Is it about tutoring, about classrooms? Is it a community approach? Or is it an interactive experience? And thirdly, how do you make money? How do you pay salaries or marketing? Do you try to monetize on ads? Do you try to upsell from that into a premium model and using a freemium approach? Or do you, as we do, engage in a straightforward premium model? The most important thing for us is not the actual size of the current market. For us, the thing we're looking at is that there are millions of people in the world who want to learn a language. And only a part of them are actually doing it. And those who are doing it are very often frustrated by the experience. In European and partly also American living rooms, you see these monument of failures. These books, CD-ROMs, in my case, audio cassettes, that people used in the past to learn a language. And very often they did not succeed. And that is where we started off and where we saw a huge opportunity in the beginning. And we were surprised at that moment when we first looked at the market how undefined it is. It seems it's overcrowded, has been there for very long, but we found it's actually empty. So we started with a map app. We then added mobile apps, which are now the main pillar of our business. And this is how we thought about mobile. It's called mobile because it's used on the run, right? So you use your mobile phone wherever, on the bus, in the park. And this is how we thought about web. You use web on your computer at home at your desk. But the reality is not always that way. It's not about device. It's about the context of use. So what we saw is that so-called mobile devices are used a lot at home. 68% of smartphone use is in kitchens, bathrooms, living rooms, wherever, at home. 80% of tablet use is at home. And there is mobile use of computers, as we see also in this room. But context doesn't only matter because of the situation people in. It's also about what they know about their cosmos of knowledge. For us, what matters most is their mother language. So are they a Swedish exchange student who already learned languages? Are they an American senior citizen who are looking forward to their first trip to Paris? These people learn languages differently. And because of that, we have a team of more than 100 people for that area alone who craft professional courses for single language combinations. And that is, to my knowledge, rather unique. It seems obvious, but it is not. And that's only one part of how context matters, or another part of how context matters. Because if we look at learning, then we see that learning itself is making connections, making new connections within a context. We all know that when we remember things. We remember our childhood from the taste of a cake, or we remember a page of the book from a smell or a place. So context is what matters in learning and remembering. And this sounds abstract. This might be future. This might be an outlook. But actually, we built a new app for a new device that tries to make use of exactly that. That connects to where you are and what you do. You can check in to a cafe, for example, and while you're enjoying your cup of coffee there, you can connect to your learning language and learn a little, just very tiny bit. And it's not only that, it's not only the place, it's the rhythm of your day, which is, I think, usually pretty busy, and it's about keeping you motivated in that. So we built in what we call game mechanics, which is not just gamification. It is limiting the time that you can actually interact in a certain environment and helping you to stay motivated in learning, because that's one of the key things that you actually want if you learn a language. So as one of 40 apps that have been featured at the launch of the Apple Watch, as one of 2 in Germany in that, we're very proud to be the first education app on this device. But again, it's early days. We'll have to see how this develops. We have to see what comes out of it. And we're still gathering data in this whole field. And we strongly believe that connecting to context, making most out of the context, is actually one of the biggest opportunities in our industry. So thank you. Download the app and consider learning a new language. Thank you.